Good evening. We'd like to get this started. My name is Melissa Hammett. I'm one of the Native American specialists for the MCPS Indian Ed Department, and I would like to introduce our MC for the evening. This is Mike Jetty, Office of Public Instruction in the Indian Ed Department. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Well, how me taki ampi, you ha chante wa stay not to choose after do. Hello, my relatives. It's a good day today. I greet you with a heartfelt handshake. My name is Mike Jetty. I'm a member of the Spirit Lake Dakota Nation. I'm also a Turtle Mountain Chippewa Cree descendant, and I'm real honored to help facilitate the evening here. It's a real honor to be here with the graduating seniors and the families and the faculty, all the good-looking people out there. I'm kind of a little tired today, though. I was driving over here from Helena, and I'm wondering why I was so tired. I kept thinking about these dreams I had last night. Over and over, I had these crazy dreams. And when I woke up, I told myself, I said, man, that's the last time I buy a dream catcher at the dollar store. I don't do that out there. But I was told, you know, at any time, if folks want to go up and get their pictures taken by the Star Quilt, you know, we'll have kind of a fluid evening here. As the evening moves along, you're going to have some guest speakers, some presentations, and hopefully just a good meal and good times together here this evening. But when I greeted you, I said, Hamitaki, hello, my relatives. And when I was younger, I said, Dad, why do we, as Dakota people, greet people as relatives? And he said, well, that way, Mike, you can hit them up for cash later on. So, a little piece of advice for you. So, at this time, when we start our gatherings, I'd like to introduce Kate Beals. She's going to offer up a prayer so we can begin the evening. Kate works here in the Missoula County Public Schools, and I've known her for a few years. So. Let's give Kate a round of applause for what she does for the school.
Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't say sorry when you hurt someone. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some, and drink some, and draw some, and paint some, and sing and dance and play and work hard every day. Take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch for the traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Oops, I think I lost my second page. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup. The roots go down and the plant goes up, and nobody really knows how or why, but we are all like that. Goldfish and hamsters and white mice, and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup. They die, so do we. And then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learned, the biggest word of all, look. And this is a poem by Robert Fulghum, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And that's my prayer for those who have gone through this whole system, starting with some of these lessons. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kate, for those words of wisdom. Now we'd like to call up Matthew Shika Jr. He's going to start the evening off with an honor song. And you're one of the graduating seniors, right? Yeah. All right, let's give him a round of applause.
Hi, my name is Matthew. I'm singing an honor song.
Thank you for that beautiful song. You know, when we have gatherings, to have a song sung for you, that is, it's powerful. And so that song goes out to the seniors and the families and the students, everybody here tonight, to do what you did to support the students to graduate, to get them through school, like what Kate said, to kindergarten to this point. And so that's pretty powerful. So thanks again, Matthew. That was a beautiful song. That's one thing I get to do sometimes is I sing at powwows and also sing at ceremonies. And one of the reasons I started doing that was I'd go to feeds when I was younger, and do these traditional powwows, and they'd always call up the elders to eat, and they'd say, "Elders and singers, do the line first." And so I figured maybe I should start singing. And so that's a bad joke there. But when I did first start singing, these guys, they said, "Mike, you have to sing a little higher. We want you to sing tenor." I said, "You want me to sing tenor?" Yeah, they said, "We want you to sing 10 or 12 miles away." There's no way. You know, thinking about kindergarten, I was thinking about my dad and the lessons he taught me over the years. And one thing Dad was talking about was money, was Mazda Scott. And Dad, he was younger, he said, "You know, Mike, when I was a young boy, your grandma would send me to the store with $1. I'd go to that store with my $1, and I'd get a loaf of bread, some milk, some eggs, maybe a candy bar, you know, maybe a pack of gum for $1. He said, "You can't do that nowadays because they have security cameras." All right, I better stop telling bad jokes. Okay, at this time I'd like to introduce the superintendent of Missoula County Public Schools, Mark Thane. He's going to give us a few remarks. And then after that we'll have a door prize. So, Let's hear it for the superintendent of Missoula County Public Schools.
You know, I don't know how we follow somebody like Mike. I didn't prepare any good jokes to lead off the evening, but I certainly appreciate Mike coming from Helena and OPI to join us this evening. I think that indicates how important this celebration is, and we are truly fortunate in Missoula County Public Schools. We have a tremendous student body. We have a great staff, and particularly staff in our Indian Education Department. We are a district that takes great pride in the fact that our graduation rate for Native students is the highest of all the AA districts in the state. That's a tribute to the work ethic of the students, the support that the families show, the support that the Indian Education Department provides, as well as the efforts of the teachers, the paraprofessionals, the certified and classified staff throughout the district. So I'm really honored tonight to be here. This is an important celebration, and it really is critical that we recognize these students for what they have accomplished and send them off with hopes that they'll accomplish great things in the future. One thing I would reference this evening, there's a book that's been on the New York Times bestseller list recently. The author is Meg Jay, and the book is called The Defining Decade. And if you're not into buying and reading the entire book, there's a great TED Talk that Meg does regarding the book. But the basic premise is this, and that is this decade that you seniors are entering, the decade from the time you graduate from high school until you approach the age 30, is truly the defining decade for your life. The decisions you make now about post-secondary, whether it's going to additional schooling, whether it's transitioning to the workplace, whether it's entering the military, these years will truly shape you for the rest of your life, your adult life. They're critical years. So I encourage you to take a look at The Defining Decade and encourage you to watch the TED Talk, if nothing else. I'm privileged tonight to be able to make some introductions. There are some people in the room that are here because they certainly support all the efforts that you make and help make our district successful. We have members of the Board of Trustees, and tonight we have with us our Board Chair, Marcia Holland, our Vice Chair, Diane Lorenzen. We have Trustee Grace Decker with us this evening. I believe that we may have Trustee Corbin Bragstead here. I don't see Corbin. And Trustee Ann Wake. And I would like to offer a special introduction to a former trustee, Jim Stadler. Jim spent 21 years on the MCPS school board. In addition to those introductions, I would like to take a moment to introduce some of the district staff that's present. First, we have Executive Regional Director Karen Allen. We have the principal of Big Sky High School, Natalie Jager. We have the assistant principal from Big Sky High School, Jennifer Courtney, I believe. We have the principal of Hellgate High School, Lisa Hendricks. Assistant principal, Lynn Farmer. We have the principal of the Willard Alternative High School program, Jane Bennett. We have Sentinel High School principal, Ted Fuller. And we may have Seeley Swan High School principal, Kat Pecora. Is Kat in the audience tonight? All right. Again, we appreciate having the opportunity to celebrate with you this evening, and this evening really should be about those graduating seniors. I wish you all the best as you transition from high school, and we'll look forward to seeing many great things from you in the future. Thank you.
Let's give the superintendent another round of applause. I know from an OPI perspective, that means a lot at gatherings like this that are for students, teachers, celebrations, for the school administrators to be here. That's a big deal. That shows how important, how valued this thing is within the Missoula County Public Schools, so that's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna do a raffle. There's some really cool keychains up here. I don't know, were these made locally by somebody? Yes, very good. And so I'll draw out some names. If you haven't had a chance to sign up for the raffle yet, seniors, come sign up here and I'll make sure your name gets in the bucket. But I think I get to choose 5 names, so when I call your name, come on up and grab a keychain. Our first raffle winner is, you gotta help me with this name, Quana White? Is that how the correct pronunciation there? All right, come grab something here. See any of these down here? Pick your favorite one. All right, let's see who we got next. Matt Louder. Matt, are you here? Cool. Now you don't have any excuse when you say I lost my keys. Tyson Littleleaf. Tyson. Yeah, these guys will be walking around looking real cool with their new keychains tomorrow. Mazzelli Martinez. Did I say that right? No, I didn't say that right. You have to come up and correct me, so. Mazzelli? It's Mazzelli? All right. I think we got one more. Matthew Shika Jr. All right. Yep, pick anyone you want out. So we'll be having a few more drawings through the evening, and I think there's also a raffle up here for the what's the raffle for? For the quilt. And so tickets are $5 or 6 for $20. And there's a bucket up here you can get signed up for that beautiful star quilt. So if you're interested in that, feel free to do that. I think that's all the things I had, the announcements, Glenda, huh? Yep, good to go. All right, at this time, I'd like to introduce Dustin Monroe. He's going to come up and introduce the Parent Advisory Committee members. So I see this guy quite a bit up in the halls of Helena during the legislative sessions, and thinking about that, he reminds me of something. Do you know what the problem is or the danger is with political jokes? Is sometimes they get elected.
Yeah, I'd just like to have all the board members come up here and we'll introduce. It's been really quite a pleasure for the Title VII committee. We've the way it's really came down to is we're elected by our community. So these are all elected positions that were by parents within the Missoula community. And so we really feel honored and grateful that you guys chose us, and we hope we did a very good job. Also, another thing I wanted to say was, in order to have this happen, we fundraised many different ways. One of the things was through Organization Day of Generational Change. We had literally over 40 of our members, or was about 35 members from Washington to Oregon, all over, donate different amounts of money. Also, people from the school, teachers, donated money. And so there was a bunch of people that really believe in the students of Missoula, not just from Montana, but from all Western states. And so I'd just like to, give a big thank you if you were one of the ones that donated. Thank you.
Thanks, Dustin. Okay, you guys, my name is Suzette LaPlante, and I am the Vice President, sorry, I'm losing my voice, Vice President for Missoula County Schools Title VII Parent Committee, and I'm Northern Cheyenne and Blackfeet, And I'm really happy to be here, and I'm so proud of all the graduating seniors and their families and everybody here to support them tonight. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kim McLean and I'm the treasurer. I'm Blackfeet. I have 2 kids in the school district. And I would like to congratulate all the seniors and their families for supporting them and their graduation. Thank you.
You don't want to leave me with the mic over here. Oh, he's trying to do that. A few words of wisdoms. I was very grateful to be able to be the speaker last year. I think the speakers that we have this year are going to be just as good. I mean, they have really good stories. They're individual stories. One of the speakers, I've known him since we were little kids. And so I really think tonight, I think you're going to hear some words that I think you should always remember when you come to these. Because time does go by, you know, and memories are made, and a lot of the people in these rooms, you're going to be able to see them for a lot of years in the community and around the state. And just like Mike said, because even in the halls of Helena, doing lobbying and different things like that, as my friends that are going up and were succeeding in this life, you know, they're there in the halls of Helena in the Capitol. And so I would say one of the things that is commonality among everybody in this room is perseverance and resilience. And so sometimes when you know when the road's getting going hard, that's when you know you're actually doing something right. Because nothing in this life is easy. But if you're doing something right and you're challenging yourself, you're going to get through it. And you've gotten through it because of your age where you're at now. You've always been through it. And being a Native American, that is resilience right there, and for our ancestors. And so you have it in your DNA. Always remember that.
Thank you, Dustin. Yeah, I heard him speak before, so I knew he could do that. It's right off the cuff, so that's pretty cool. You know, thinking about politics too, and some of that, you know, that's something I can encourage you to do is be politically active. You know, go out there, learn about the issues, make your opinion heard. Because this is a democracy and we should all take a role in that. And know that, you know, register to vote and vote. I highly encourage you to do that. But, you know, thinking about this election season, anybody get those calls from the folks doing surveys? You know, like they call you up, Dustin Monroe, is Dustin Monroe there? You know, and people will call my house and they'll say, I'd like to talk to Michael Jetty. And if usually none of my friends or people I know call me Michael. And so I'll say, no, Mike's not here. But if you see that guy, tell him he still owes me $20. And I hang up on it. And sometimes I hear people on the other end laughing as I'm hanging up on them. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to ask the Big Sky High School seniors to stand up. Let's see our Big Sky seniors. Where are you at? Let's give them a huge round of applause, Big Sky. We're here to celebrate you. And later on you'll have a chance to come up and you're going to be gifted with a beautiful feather here. So, Big Sky, thanks for being here. What tribe do we have represented here? Blackfeet. Blackfeet. Chippewa. Who else? What other tribal nations?
Salish.
Salish. All right, we got any Crow people out there? Crow? Kootenai? Kiowa, right on. Ponderay, any Ponderay? How about Sioux? Any Assiniboine or Sioux out there? Apache? Right on, cool. What other tribes do we have here? Northern Cheyenne, any Northern Cheyenne folks? Cool. How about Alaska Natives? Alaska Natives? Right on, I had to give a shout out to Kate there. But you know, there's so many different tribes in the United States, right? Over 500 different tribes, over 300 different languages. But we're all very unique as members of American Indian nations because we have a unique legal and political relationship with the federal government. And that really makes you unique as an individual for a member of a tribal nation. Then we're going to do a few more door prizes and then we're going to have a guest speaker. So we'll see who gets another keychain. Kyla Crispin? You hear Kyla? Yeah. You guys don't have easy names. I apologize for this one too. Somebody help me out. Rivas. Miss Rivas. Help me. What's that? Maistawina. All right. Is that, what language is that? That's Blackfeet? All right, cool. Maistawina. Let's give her a round of applause. Well, I love hearing the Blackfeet language too. When I get up, I was just in Heartbeat last week for their graduation ceremony. It was really cool. Got to hear Chief Old Person give a speech, sing a beautiful Blackfeet honor song. That was powerful. But that Blackfeet language, when I hear it, it's like a song. You know, Oki, you know, Etsukati, you know, Oki Naskani. That's what some of my older friends say. Hello, little brother. But Blackfeet people, when they're driving up to a stop sign, they're even thinking in a Blackfeet language, and they look at that stop sign and they go, STOP. Another door prize goes out to Chase Hugs. Chase, where you at? Okay, so grab a keychain. That's cool. All right, at this time, is Lily Gladstone here? I'd like to have Lily come up. She's going to offer up a few words of wisdom for you. She's a pretty well-known person here. I know, anybody know Jack Gladstone? Had the opportunity to meet Jack sing and perform. He does a lot of work through our office, but let's give Lily a big round of applause. So.
I too, like many of you, am Blackfeet, as well as Mimi Bunda's first on my grandmother's side. I actually have two more of our language jokes that I want to share with everybody who's Blackfeet. So in addition to the SDOP, there's an old word that we have when you have thoughts that sit separately for a while, and then they join really quickly, and it's a new thought. We call that synapses. Or if you're kind of talking a lot, you know, you're wasting a lot of your own breath speaking, and it's good to just say much with very little. Call that synopsis. Those are the two that I have. So yes, my name is Lily Gladstone. I was asked to speak because presumably I'm somebody who set my sights on a goal and am achieving it pretty continually. I'm lucky a few of you have gotten to have some workshops around it in Savannah as a graduate as well. It's really cool to see so many of these bright, amazing young Native minds moving on to the next step. 10 years ago, I was speaking at my high school graduation in Seattle, Washington. I grew up in Browning, Montana. I grew up between Browning and East Glacier. My family moved off reservation when I was in middle school. So I grew up urban, spent a lot of my younger formative years urban, like UNMCPS. Missoula is an urban location. And I know that a lot of us, as urban Indians in the school system, if we don't have a really active representation, if we don't have an active community supporting us, then it's easy for us to feel like we're disappearing. It's easy to feel like you disappear in the classroom. It's easy to feel like you're not represented because your history, your knowledge, your language, who you are, and who you understand yourself to be as a Native person is a lot of times not in your curriculum at all. And sometimes, you know, some of you have expressed this to me, some of you graduates, you felt like the sole voice for all Native peoples. And unfortunately, when you're in the world, any discipline, any career, any path you choose, that's probably going to be the case. But one thing that's kind of kept me going over the last 10 years, when I think about when I was speaking at my graduation in Seattle, I was asked to speak by our teachers because they knew that I understood transition. They knew that I understood how to carry what made me who I was with me, because they'd seen me come from a different school system, a reservation school system. I had a lot of teachers that were very, very strong mentors and a lot of advocates. And when I was asked to speak, I remember thinking, not really knowing what I had to say or offer that another student would. But then I remember that I was not always asked to speak in class, but I did anyway, particularly history. I was not asked to speak when our vice principal came in and was talking about the Indian Wars and referred to our women as squaws. And I took the initiative to correct him very firmly in front of a classroom full of my peers. So after a lot of years of not being asked to speak, but speaking anyway, it was a pretty big honor to speak at our high school graduation. And I remember then feeling like I wasn't really certain what was next. And that's, I think, what I want to impart and kind of convey to all of you graduates who might be uncertain. When I graduated high school, I knew I was coming back to Montana, I knew I was studying Native American Studies, and I knew that I wanted to go into acting. That was a choice that was encouraged quite a bit through high school by a lot of my teachers. And really, not a lot of people are going to tell you this, but it's kind of true. When you go to school, spend your first couple of years studying everything that is interesting, everything that you're excited about. Just take advantage of the education that you have in front of you. Or if you're uncertain, just ask as many questions as you can. One thing that I've learned that's kind of guided me in the last 10 years, you know when you're on your path and when you're not. And you don't necessarily know it enough to say it or to speak it to somebody else, saying, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing with my life. Sometimes just knowing I am me, that's enough. And when you're guided by that, when you're guided by knowing who you are, it feels a lot like when you have your community standing behind you and encouraging you and telling you you're doing good, even if you don't feel like you are. When you know you're walking your path, I think we all kind of know what that feels like. You're alive with whatever it is that makes you who you are. Your voice, whether it's quiet or it's speaking loud, just follow whatever that is. And that's kind of the heart and soul behind what I love to do. I am an actress by profession, and I know most of you don't know who I am, but maybe toward the end of the year that will change. Most people, like I said, I was asked to speak here because I'm seeing some success in what I like to do. I was in a feature film a little earlier this year that premiered at Sundance Film Festival and will be coming out at the end of the year. I'm proud of the piece because it's an exceptional, really wonderful role for a Native actor that is very, very much drives the story, opposite actors like Kristen Stewart from Twilight. She's who my co-star was. Michelle Williams, if anybody knows who she is, and Laura Dern. 3 actresses that I admire, that I was so happy to work with and to carry a big part of that story. So that was pretty cool to be able to be in this, because acting is what I've wanted to do, what I've set my sights on. But it's been 10 years since I graduated high school, and it's been pretty long time since I graduated college as well for acting. And there's been a few film roles that are really exciting and some opportunities that are great that I feel came because I kept following that voice. I kept following whatever it was that is hard to articulate, but I knew was so intrinsically me that it led to these really, really cool opportunities. But what I'm most proud of and what I want to impart to all of you, it's okay to not know fully what you're going to do. It's okay to not know exactly which path you're walking as long as you still feel like you're true to who you are. In the last 10 years, my acting degree, it's taken me to a couple of cool films, but what I'm really proud of are the writing workshops that I've gotten to do with some of you in the district. Some of the filmmaking mentorship that I've gotten to do with a few other of you. helping and being present for youth searching for their voice, searching for what it is that drives them creatively. Your creative voice is very, very similar to whatever it is that I believe what your spirit and your soul is, and it's important to listen to that. It's important to be open. If I haven't, in the last 10 years, if I told myself I'm an actress and I'm only auditioning and I'm only taking this, like a lot of actors do, they choose to move to LA and pursue acting full force. I decided that what I wanted to do was stay connected. Stay connected to youth, stay connected to that creative voice, and stay connected to whatever it is that was gifted to me by my mentors and my teachers, to trust your voice, trust your gut, trust your own beautiful creativity, because it manifests in ways you can't imagine. Stay open to it. One of my favorite experiences in the last 10 years hasn't had anything to do with acting, really. It led into it because it's an act of storytelling, but constantly being put in the role of being a teacher, of listening to creative voices and other people. So that's the other thing I'd like to say. Keep following your creative voice, keep listening to it, stay open, and be open to collaboration. Be open to what other people bring to the table, and just don't be afraid to ask for help. Everything that you do from here on out is going to be shaped by the communities that you place yourselves in, and by the choices that you make, the energy that you put into the world. So basically, if you are certain where you're going and it doesn't go exactly the way you hope, that's good. It's like Dustin said, it's an obstacle, gives you a chance to overcome, gives you a chance to test to see if it's what you really want to do. If you do have a really clear path and it's laid out for you and you follow it very, very closely, then you're already acting in the role of a leader. But don't be afraid to slow down and ask for help. Don't be afraid to slow down and take care of yourself. And basically, all I can say is when I look at you guys, I'm really, really, really proud that you've all made it. I recognize a number of your faces. I recognize a number of your names, even if you don't know me, because we listen. Your community listens and is really proud of you and wants you to do well. So don't really know what else I can say other than that, but I'm excited to continue checking in and seeing what you do, seeing where you go, seeing the choices that you make, and seeing how each one of your beautiful creative voices makes this a more vibrant, better, balanced, accepting world for all of us to live in. So thank you all, and best of luck.
Let's give Lily one more round of applause. Thank you so much. Can you give us a shout out? What's the name of the film coming out?
Sorry, I'm bad at that. Certain Women.
Certain Women? Okay, Certain Women. Cool. Check it out. Everybody go. That's awesome. We got a couple guest remarks. Miss Swaney from SKC. She's got a booth out there. Anybody go up to Salis Kootenai College? It's one of my favorite tribal colleges. They've got their own golf course, which is pretty cool. I don't know of any other tribal college that has a golf course. So we're just going to say a few words, I think. So let's hear it for SKC. Anita Swaney.
I just want to say it's a pleasure and honor to be here with the graduates, and I want to congratulate you. And what I want to tell you about SKC is we offer scholarships to tribally enrolled members and first generation members, and we're going to honor that with all of you. And what I wanted to say is we have 44 degrees, 70% of our population is Native American, and from 68 different tribes. So please come visit my booth, and I'll tell you more information. Thank you.
Yep, that's one cool thing about Montana is every reservation has a tribal college. And, you know, take advantage of that too if you're not sure what you're gonna do. You know, there's maybe a tribal college near you where you grew up, so. Thanks so much for being here. I think we're gonna do another drawing, so let's see what happens here. But before we do that, where's the Hellgate seniors? Hellgate seniors, stand up. Let's give these young men and women a round of applause. Now on Hellgate. And a little later, we'll be acknowledged individually, so thank you very much for being here tonight, and thank your families. All right, let's see if we can give away a few more keychains here. Walker Waterhouse. All right, Walker. Come on up. Darren Cadman Jr. Is it Darren? Let's see who we got here. Ethan Baker. Is that it? And we'll do one more here. Jade Bear Medicine. Where's Jade? Well, we have another guest speaker that's going to share a few words with us tonight, and his name is Charles Archambault, and you're from Browning, is that it? Amskapi Pakani. But Archambault, you got relatives in South Dakota, right? On the Standing Rock Reservation, so that's pretty cool. Got that Blackfeet Sioux connection, so that's good. So I think we'll pass the mic down, and let's give Charles a big round of applause here.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here and share this time of life with you. I'd just like to go ahead and give another round of applause to all the seniors here. It's tough getting through high school, and congratulations. I did graduate from high school here in 2001 out of Hellgate. I moved here my sophomore year. My mom was actually attending school at SKC. And initially I was going to stay in Browning. I had no desire to leave Browning. And I started getting into some trouble. And I was living with my grandma, big grandma's boy raised by my mother and my grandma. And you know, my grandma, she kind of let me do whatever I wanted to. I enjoyed that. When my mom moved up here, she said, all right, you can stay for a while, Charles, and I started getting in trouble. She moved me up here, and I was so angry with her. It's the last place I wanted to be. You know, I never wanted to leave Browning. And to take me out of my environment and put me here, I know that feeling. You know, I know it. I've been through it. And for those of you that have, you know, I'm sure the majority of you have transferred from reservation schools to attend a public school here. It's a big transition. It's tough. And I'm very impressed by this. You know, when I graduated high school, I was telling my girlfriend Jaylyn before we showed up, I said, I bet you there's about 10 people that graduated. From looking at the list, you know, there's more than 10 almost at all the 3 AA schools, and that's impressive. I'm very impressed with that. And like I said, to have this type of celebration for you guys is even more impressive. And you know, you guys got a good support staff. I got out of high school in 2001. I loved football, played football all my life. And I was initially supposed to go to high school to play some football. I didn't go. When I got out of high school, I went back home, back to Browning. You know, I started going down the wrong path, and I continued to go down the wrong path. You know, drugs, alcohol, violence, and it went on and on and on. And, you know, when I was young, out of high school, I didn't think I lived to be 25 years old, and I didn't see a problem with that. You know, I figured I'd die of, you know, violence, car wreck, drugs, something crazy. And I had no problem with that. I figured, you know, that's the way it was gonna be. Seeing a lot of my friends around me, you know, pass away, dealing with different tragedies. But the thing about being young like that, you know, and being a young man, you think you're bulletproof, you know. There was a time in my life, man, I thought I was the toughest, biggest, baddest cat ever, you know. I thought I could never be hurt. I was in multiple car wrecks, you know, bunch of crazy things, and I never thought I could, you know, nothing would ever faze me. I'd lived, you know, I lived to be 25, I thought that was old at the time. The age 23, I was in a car accident. I just turned 23 years old. And it was September 10th, 2006. I was at a football game here and I had too much to drink and I started driving back to Browning and didn't make it. I don't remember the wreck. I almost lost my life. I was initially brought to Kalispell and I had a collapsed chest and a bunch of busted bones, broken vertebrae, all busted up. And they decided to bring me to Harborview out in Seattle. They contacted my father, he lives in Browning. They couldn't get a hold of my mom. We got a hold of my dad. He come out. They put us in a Learjet, small jet, 3 of us fit on there, me and my dad, the nurse, and the pilot, 4 of us. And we flew out there, and my dad told me that, he said he didn't think I was gonna make it. He said, man, he's in tough shape, Charles. He's fighting for every breath. And he said, if you left there, we understood. He said, I understood you. You're fighting hard, you aren't gonna make it. Went out to Seattle, spent a month in a coma out there, gone to the world. Woke up, had no idea I had even been in a car accident. I just woke up out of this coma and started trying to leave the hospital. You know, I always walked away from everything. Nothing could hurt me, you know. I realized I was in a hospital and I started trying to get up and, you know, and push my legs off the bed. I didn't think much of it at the point at that time. I figured I was gonna walk out and the nurse called me right at that time and he said, hey Charles, he said, you're in a horrible car accident, you're paralyzed. You got paralyzed. And I looked at him and I was in disbelief, you know. I cried some more. And, you know, eventually, within a few weeks, they took me out of ICU. And as soon as I got out of ICU, I wanted to get in a chair. I told my family to get me in a chair. I said, I'm gonna go thank these doctors for saving my life. So I went back down to the ICU floor. I thanked the doctors. And I had a nurse, he was a male nurse, pretty good guy. And he told me, he said, hey Charles, he said, I don't think he's gonna leave you alive. And that's when, you know, it really hit me. Up until that point, it hadn't even really hit me at what I'd been through, what I was at. And, you know, I really realized that at that time he told me that he was in this ICU room. Ever in an ICU room looks like a mummy with tubes hanging out of him. And at that time, one of the people in there flatlined. And I left there. And, you know, I realized I was really fortunate that I had survived. You know, basically a miracle. Doctors, he said, you know, my doctors and my nurses said they didn't think I'd leave there alive, and they didn't understand how I did, but I did, and I was given a second chance. And most of my friends, most of my family, you know, they didn't get a second chance. I've lost my best friends to unsolved murders, suicides, car wrecks. My little brother, you know, he just did 9 years in the federal penitentiary. He's 25 years old. And I could easily, went down that path. I was on the same road that all these guys went. But I was given a second chance, and I realized, that was not many people are given a second chance. So when I got out of ICU and come to Missoula, my mom was living here. And, to go live with your mom when you're 23 years old after you've been gone for 6 years, that in itself is an experience, but very thankful for my mom. She nursed me back to health and, encouraged me to do good things. My mom's a pretty stern, strong woman, and she's the first one to say, I wanted to feel bad for myself for a while. My mom, she said, she wouldn't let me feel bad for myself. She said, you did this to yourself. These are the choices you made. So we put you in that chair. She said, now you live with it. So I did, she signed me up for these different programs. My mom's a little social worker, a little hard ass, excuse my language, but she drove me. She didn't let me feel bad for myself very long. No one else was gonna tell me that. And she did, and I come back and I started college here in 2007. Studied business. I've always been decent with numbers, decent in math. I got a good math program at Hellgate High School. I did 4 years of math, and I probably fell back on that math program continuously throughout my educational career. And I went to college, got a degree in 2010, Management Information Systems. Moved back to Browning, and I've always wanted to go back home. And my entire purpose and reasoning for getting education is to go back home and make my community a better place, contribute to it. I didn't know how exactly I was going to do that, but I was given the opportunity at Blackfeet Community College to work with a federal grant that distributed about 300 scholarships annually. It was a rewarding experience, and I did exactly that. I went back and gave back to my community. And moved back here about a year ago, I'm doing the MBA program, first semester into it, and just wrapped up a few weeks ago, and I got the best grades I've ever gotten in my life. It's the first time I've ever really applied myself. I've always did okay in school. I just don't ever apply myself, and so it's what I'd like you to take from this story is that whatever you decide to do, if you want it bad enough, you work hard, you can succeed. As I'm going to school, I'm seeing a lot more guys, Dustin's age, getting education. Bunch of lowlights, knuckleheads, just like me and Dustin, trying to do better things. And I think more so, my purpose is to share my story, in hopes that the youth don't follow in my steps. I've been down all the wrong roads, man. Save you a long trip and a lot of pain, a lot of anger. Just try to do the right things. Just try to be a good person. And ultimately, one thing my grandma told me, my grandma was named, my late grandparents, Pete and Annie Villa, very inspirational people in my life. I was raised with them. And my grandma, one thing that she told me that I'll never forget is she said, never forget who you are and where you come from. And, I hold that dearly. I'm born and raised in Browning. My heart's all Blackfeet, and that's where it'll always be. And I intend on going back and trying to make my community a better place. And I would encourage everybody here to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles, for sharing your story. That's powerful. Let's give him another round of applause. And that's powerful, so thank you share. At this time, we'd like to have the Sentinel High School seniors stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. Sentinel, where are you at? All right. Cool. Congratulations. Sealy Swan, we got anybody from Sealy Swan seniors here? Let's give them a round of applause anyway. Send it so loud they can hear us over in Sealy Swan. All right, so we're gonna have a few more door prizes here this evening. Let's see who gets a keychain. Alea Small. All right. Atira Han. Yeah. That's cool. Patricia Johnson. Oh, yeah. I think we got one more. Savannah Koskela. Is that right? Hopefully I got the first name right, Savannah. Very good. Willard Alternative High School. Anybody from Willard in here? Willard? All right, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. There you go. Okay, I think there's just a few more door prizes left, so everybody's probably going to leave with something, huh? Okay, we'll have our high school principals and Title VII Parent Advisory Committee come on up. At this time, we're going to do the presentation of the feathers, and these are beautiful. Last year, I think the artist was here to speak too, wasn't he? So maybe Glenda could give a better. No, she's saying no. But as these folks come up, let's give them a round of applause for the work they do every day. They are here for you as a student. All right, we're going to start off with the Big Sky seniors first.
All right, I'm Natalie Jager, the principal at Big Sky. I do want to just say for a second that I really appreciate all the work of the Indian Education Department, and also I'm so proud of Indian Education for All in Montana. I think it's something that as a state we can be proud of as an initiative. There's always more to do. I think there's certainly more we can do to welcome our Native American students and families to our schools, but I think we should be proud of all the work we have done together. So I'm grateful for especially our Indian Education staff. Thank you. I'd like to call up Ethan Ray Baker. Kyla Ashley Crispin. He's not here with us tonight, but we'd like to honor Dan Wynn Combs, who's one of our graduates as well. I'd like to welcome up Atira Han. He's not with us tonight. I believe he's at the area poetry reading, but Grayson Lamb, can we honor him, please? I'd like to call out McLean Conway Louder, also known as Matt. like to honor Alina Pitt. And last but not least, Kobe Sleeping Bear. Please come up. So we say congratulations to all of our Big Sky graduates.
Hellgate's principal, please.
Thank you very much, and I'm going to ask our Hellgate graduates to come up and stand to the side, please. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I know that 3 of you are here. Okay. Don't think I missed anybody then. All right. I'm going to start with these 3, and then I would also like to read the names of those that weren't able to be here tonight. So I'll start with Patricia Johnson. And then Walker Waterhouse. Tyson, come stand beside me for a second. I have been Tyson's principal for 6 years. We came from Meadow Hill to high school together, and we've been at Hellgate together for 4 years. And do you remember when we came to Hellgate, your 8th grade teacher, Cindy, what was her name? Miss Arnott, yes, she says, now, you make sure that you take care of my Tyson. I want to make sure he graduates in 4 years. Well, I really don't know that I had that much to do with it, because we do have amazing staff members at Hellgate, especially the math department. But I can now call Cindy and email her and say, okay, we did it. Tyson is graduating. Congratulations, Tyson. I'd also like to list through the rest of our graduates. Graduating from Hellgate High School this year are Bridget Patrice Ball, Buckley Belcourt. Okay, Jane, I have their certificate. So Darren, will you come up here, please? All right. I noticed that sometimes you were listed under Hellgate and sometimes you're listed under Willard. So I have a certificate, so I get to claim it. Okay. Very proud of Darren, and congratulations. And we're glad you're alive. All right, continuing with Hellgate graduates, Azure Lee Coffey, Elvin Dog Taking Gun, Abigail Duff, Luke Nicholson, Land Riley, Connor Schenk, Bob Schenk, Marina Vandenberg. Is not here tonight? Okay, I thought Marina was going to come tonight. And Tasheen Wilkie. Thank you, and congratulations to all of our Hellgate graduates.
Mr. Ted Bullock, please, for Steno.
All right, thank you, good evening. It is truly an honor to be here, and as someone who believes in ceremony and tradition and ritual, I thought a lot about what I could do, what I could say to give to you a gift fitting of all you've given to me, all of you, in terms of my career as an educator. And so I selected a poem, and I'm hoping you'll indulge me as I read it for all of you. It's a poem by Simon Ortiz, who is an extraordinary Native American poet, if you know Simon Ortiz, and it's called Culture in the Universe. 2 nights ago in the canyon darkness, only the half moon and stars, only mere men, prayer, faith, love, existence. We are measured by vastness beyond ourselves. Dark is light, stone is rising. I don't know if humankind understands culture. The act of being human is not easy knowledge. With painted wooden sticks and feathers, we journey into the canyon towards stone, a massive presence in midwinter. We stop. Lean into me, the universe sings in quiet meditation. We are wordless. I am in you. Without knowing why, culture needs our knowledge. We are one self in the canyon, and the stone wall I lean upon spins me wordless and silent to the reach of the stars and to the heavens within. It's not humankind after all, nor is it culture that limits us. It is the vastness we do not enter. It is the stars we do not let own us. Culture and Universe by Simon Ortiz. All right, let's bring up our Sentinel High School graduates and give them the recognition they all so richly deserve. First, Miss Jade Bear Medicine. I'll save those who I don't think are here, and we'll honor them at the end. Miss Ellie Martinez. As these folks come up, I want to share a little bit about what they're doing next year, since it's also exciting. Jade's going to attend the University of Montana to study business management. Miss Ellie's going to Sally Shkutny College in Pablo, pursuing a nursing degree. Yeah. And Desiree Seymour. Desiree's going to be attending Missoula College in the fall. Mr. Matt Shaka. Matt is going to be attending Haskell Indian Nations University in Lawrence, Kansas, where he's going to study physical therapy and run cross country. And those graduates from Sentinel High School who are not here this evening, if they are, I'm terribly sorry that I missed you, but Alexis Anderson. You can honor Alexis, even though she's not here. Brock Flynn. And Jonathan Mitchell. Thank you.
Okay, Jane? Jane or Willer? Okay.
Well, while Matt and I get organized up here, I would invite all of our Willard graduates to please come up and queue up right over here. And I know that we have family members of some of our graduates who are at work and could not join us, but we want those family members to come in and accept their award for them. One person from each of our families. There you go, thank you. Alea, you gotta come out. Chase, come on out. All right, cool. Right, hold right there. Have a drum roll, one person at a time. And while they're coming up here, I would be honored to introduce to you one of our great teachers at Willard, Mr. Matthew Bell. He is, he's not just a teacher, he is a member of the parent committee. He helped obviously organize this fair. He's a member of our State Teachers Education Association Board of Directors as an at-large member. He travels all over the country, offering the benefit of his wisdom and advice to other educators. He's a terrific teacher at our school. He teaches English. He teaches a cooking class that we call Native Eats. He teaches Native Studies, and he teaches a really terrific class where he teaches his students life's lessons through comic books and graphic novels. Let's hear it for Mr. Matt. Well, as you might have noticed on the scrolling slideshow, that the motto of our senior class at Willard this year is all about tenacity. Tenacity. And the students at Willard, if nothing, are fully loaded with all the resilience and tenacity that you would hope a young person would have. In fact, you know, they come to Willard and they're trying to find who they are. Who am I? It's a pretty profound question when you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. But Lily, one thing that our students do learn while they are marching toward a diploma in alternative high school, they learn to trust their own creativity. They trust their own creativity, just like you said. And Charles, I have to tell you, at Willard, we often say that all of our students have two families. They have their family at home, and they have their family at school. And when you said, my mom encouraged me to do good things, so I did. That is exactly the family spirit that we try to inculcate at Willard with our students' families and our school family. My mom encouraged me to do good things, and so I did. Thank you for those great words. All right, let's introduce our graduates. We have quite a few this year, and I'm flipping here looking for that. Matt, you're going to help me here. Not all of these students are here, but many of them, as I said, are working right this minute. First is Kyle Eagleman. Not here, but great kid. All right, not in the order that they're standing, but I thought I saw Kwana. No? Oh, yes, okay. Here we go. Not Kwana, but her twin sister. Congratulations to Kwana and to you too. Thank you. Really are my mom. Okay, Sophie Amons, not here. Great kid, brilliant student. Mice Bronco, not here, also at work. His mom is here though for him. Let's hear it for her. Savannah Costello. Not here, great kid, Cole Mapston. Alea Small. Chase Hugs. And last on our list, but certainly not last in any other way. And I have to tell you that this young lady, come on up here, is going to go into education, and she's going to be an art teacher. Isn't that like cool? Yeah, an art teacher. There we go. All right, thank you very much for those, the applause that you gave to our students and all the graduates, and I hope all of you in the next 10 days or so enjoy the celebration of graduation from high school. Way to go.
But I did want to recognize Sealy Swan's high school graduate, Tiana Jo Murphy. Let's give her a round of applause.
Let's give the seniors another big round of applause. Right on. I'm going to read a poem now, so thanks for that Simon Ortiz poem. That was awesome. One of the things I get to do at the Office of Public Instruction is work on curriculum for Indian Education for All. We put out lesson plans for math, science, language arts, social studies, all across the board. And what's fun about that is I get to meet these individuals from all the tribes of Montana that are really doing cool things. And some of you will also be out there. Some of you will be the next Lily Gladstone or the next Denise Juneau or the next Simon Ortiz. But I'm going to read a poem from a publication we have called Birthright. Anybody use this in your classrooms, teachers or students? Great stuff, right? And this is a poem by one of my friends, Dr. Richard Littlebear. He's president of Chief Dull Knife College. And the name of this poem is called Modern Day Warrior. And one thing that's cool about Dr. Littlebear, he writes his poems in Northern Cheyenne and in English. I'm going to read you the English version. Unless Ray, maybe someone could come up and give us the Cheyenne. But this is called Modern Day Warrior by Dick Littlebear. He looks around with awesome raptor eyes that miss no movement. He listens with patient predator ears that miss no sound. Warriors and women alike are all waiting to jump up when they hear the right call. Each unnerving call tightens his face with anticipation, awaiting the prize, remembering his warrior ancestry. And he does what he must. He moves his hands with talon-like grace and suddenness in response to each call. He greets each call with edgy, sweaty anticipation. He suppresses moans that arise within his throat with each call. His eyes dart about anxiously. Other warriors and women groan with disappointment, and their groans rise in fearsome crescendo. Then comes the climactic call. It is the right one for him. He springs upward and yells the modern-day war cry. Bingo! That's a good one, huh? Did you see that coming? All right, I think we have someone else coming up to share a few words, and that's Jade Bear Medicine. Jade, all right, come on up. It says you're a baker and small business owner of Jade Sweet Treats. Cool, that's awesome. Did you bring samples? No. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hello, my name is Jade Bear Medicine and I go to school at Sentinel High School. For those of you who don't know, I'm a self-taught baker, and about a year ago my mother and I started a Facebook page called Jade Sweet Treats. At first I was nervous that no one would care about a silly 17-year-old girl who claims she can bake a cake. But within time, my business took off and each day gains more popularity, and I hope to one day own my own bakery. I would not be as successful as I am today if it weren't for the amazing support from my parents, Melissa and Diego Hammett. And I would also like to thank my teachers, Mrs. Rott, Mr. Joseph, my guidance counselor, Mrs. Kurgan, and my librarians, because they have shown me massive amounts of support I never thought I could have. And a word of advice for all the seniors here is you can't sweat the little things and you can't sweat the big things, because no matter what, you will always make mistakes, but no matter what, life will always get better. Yes, you may lose important people along your journey to success, but you also gain more people that you never thought would mean so much to you. So for all the seniors here tonight, remember that in order to be successful, you must stay humble, be kind, always forgive, remain grateful, and always push yourself to try new things in life. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Jay. That's awesome. So, where's your business at? Can a guy go visit there and get treats and coffee? All right, like her on Facebook, so look her up on Facebook. All right, we're going to do a GPA presentation at this time, so who's coming up? Glenda is going to come up and do that, so. You know, one thing you should know about Glenda, you think about it, you know, someone being smart. Glenda is so smart, it only takes her half an hour to watch 60 Minutes.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Glenda Weasel. I am one of the Native American specialists with the Indian Ed Department. I also do the data, so it's good to see a lot of the faces here because I know a lot of the names, and so it's good to put a face to a name. Every year now we've tried to get a special gift for the student that has the highest GPA, the Native American student. And this year, that student is from Hellgate High School, and oh, I forgot the paper. But I know she has a 3.79 something GPA, and she's a Hellgate High School student, and I'm glad to say she's here tonight, and her name is Patricia Johnson. So Patricia, if you come up, this year we were able to purchase notebooks. So this is what we're giving the person, Patricia. So.
Hi. Thank you so much for this, oh my God, I'm just dumbfounded right now. But thank you so much for a great senior year. Thank you.
So, one thing I wanted to say about this, Patricia, is you are gonna get an iPod. Glenda's stuck in the couple years back. She's not a technology person, and all of us, we told her, no, we can't get an iPod. It has to be something more up to date.
What's next here? Oh, 3 more keychains. We got Casey Zachariason. Casey, are you here? Oh, come on up. Toby Sleeping Bear. And Desiree Seymour. So we've got more keychains, so we're going to draw more names. Are you ready? Maybe everybody will leave us something. That's cool. Fayana Weasel? Fayana? Is that right? Come on up. Just tell me when to stop drawing names. What's that for? Tanel Bronco? Is that Tanel? All right? Lynn Farmer. Deidre Little Leaf. Hatton Littman. Nancy Nancy Waterhouse. Rory Yellowhorn. Rory. Jake Arrowtop. All right, Jake. Last name's hard to read. Jim. Jim, I can't read your last name. Somebody named Jim, come up here. Francis Bauer. All right. Francis? I just pulled my own name out of there. Mike J. It's not rigged. Juanita Slaney. All right. Nathaniel Bennett. Lynn Hugs. Jolene Weasel. Jamie. Jane Bennett. Aaron Costola. Aaron. Lily Gladstone. We've got one really hard to read here. It's Sprague, all right. Then Laura Appleby. Laura, where are you at? Okay, we're going to have the Indian Education Department come give us a few closing remarks, and then after that we're going to have an honor song from Matthew again to close our... Oh, cool. All right, thank you. Oh, there's one more. You pick one for me. Cool. Well, thank you. All right, we got one more then. Here we go. Kathy, where are you at? All right, Kathy. You know, before we close it out, though, I just want to mention something. It's real powerful to have these speakers come and share with you, and to have the administrators offer words of advice and wisdom. And so take that to heart, you know, as you go forward. You know, one thing I heard last week in Heartbeat was the importance of identity, knowing who you are, finding out who you are. That's a lifelong journey. And this is just one step in that journey. But always remember to honor your ancestors, those that came before you. You know, they died so we could be here today. You know, they fought for, you know, tribal sovereignty, they advocated for trees. And so honor those ancestors from whatever tribal nation you're from by doing the best you can. And so I encourage you to do that. And whatever you decide to do, you know, make sure you have fun doing it too. Do something you like. And so someday if you're going into education and some of you want to come, you know, work as an administrator or teacher, maybe you could be the next Denise Juneau and come to OPI, and you'll probably be my boss. I'll probably still be there. So, but thank all of you for what you do, and the Indian Ed Department's going to come and give us a remark. So let's hear it for these folks here.
Good evening, I'm Ray Kingfisher, Native American Specialist. I actually do the 3 middle schools here in MCPS, Porter, Washington, and Meadow Hill, and I also have Sentinel High School. And it's really good to meet all these young people. You know, they all come from different places, and you know, I can't take credit for any of this success. It's just a team effort. Like my principals and counselors, FRC people, everybody, they just, you know, gang up on them and try to get them through. I don't know, it seems to work, you know, some days we have our ups and downs, but you know, if we can get them here to this dinner, I think it's pretty good, so try to make them succeed. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jake Arota. I'm at Paxton, Lewis and Clark Lowell, and Big Sky High School. And I'm really fortunate to be able to work so closely with the Indian community. It's really important to me. So graduates, good luck in your future endeavors, and thanks. Have a good one, guys.
I guess I'm the shortest one in the whole bunch, so I have to carry this thing. I have had the pleasure of reading stories from Montana Nations and elsewhere for kids K through 2 in 7 out of the 9 elementary schools for quite a while. So this is my last year doing it, and today was the hardest day to say goodbye to a group of teachers and students that I've had for a long time. It's been wonderful. It's been the job of my life, something that I think I was destined to do somewhere, and I'm so glad it was here. It's been hard some days, but when you see the smiles of those children and the appreciation they show, it's all worth it. Thank you very much.
I think I chose wrong in trying to follow that up. I'm so blessed to be a part of this team. I really love working with these people. I love being a part of this district. When I was growing up, going through high school, I didn't have a support system like these guys are for some of you. I went to a high school where the mascot was an Indian, but I was one of like 4 or 5 who went to the school, so it was kind of awkward for me. And so when I grew up, when I got out of school and I wanted to do something with my life, what I wanted to do was try to maybe give other Native kids a better, more fair shot at school and to try to be more successful. And so seeing you guys graduate, it's really awesome. And so I just kind of want you to maybe, think how you can apply yourselves, apply your really beautiful, great spirits that you all have, and try to make a difference in this world, try to make it better for people. So yeah, I just really appreciate that you guys all toughed it out through high school and that you're setting yourself up for something better with your life, so thank you.
Good evening, my name is Kathy Sehos, and I'm Abani, or White Clay. And as I look at our seniors here today and just the wide variety of things that they said they want to do, I am just reminded of how grateful I am to be a part of Missoula County Public Schools and the Indian Education Department, and also of my wonderful teammates. We're wonderful to work with, and I just wish all you seniors the best. No matter what you're going to do, you're going to go somewhere. I guarantee it. Thank you.
Hello again, I'm Sandra Visa. Like I said, I'm one of the Native American specialists.
and I also did the data. This year, I didn't go into the schools as I would have liked, but next year, I'm gonna go full running. But I'd really like to congratulate all the seniors. I was just talking to my daughters that graduated. She said, how come we didn't have this when I graduated? Well, we're just getting better and better, and I'm so thankful for the support. I look around and I see the family that supported all the seniors that come and help celebrate, and I give thanks for that, you know, because that's the greatest support there is the family. And the next family is the school systems, because they're in the schools all day, and the teachers, and that's where they develop the rapport, and that is why the seniors that are here today are successful, I believe, and are going to go forward and be our next future leaders. Thank you.
If we can call up Karen Allen.
I said you're not going to make me speak, are you? I'm Karen Allen. I'm one of the regional directors here in Missoula County Public Schools, and when I've had the opportunity to be in this role, I've also had the opportunity to work with the people who are behind me. But I can also tell you that the department has grown, and the activities that they participate in have just grown by leaps and bounds. So the people behind me are such wonderful role models and representatives of their families in their communities, and they bring that to us in Missoula County Public Schools. So all I can do is thank them for what they do every day.
My name is Melissa, and I am one of the Native American specialists. I have 4 different schools that I go to, 2 elementaries, that is Rattlesnake and Chief Charlo, and 2 high schools, Willard and Hellgate. This is my first year here in this position, and I got this. We each have a job, and they decided, oh, a new person can do the senior dinner. So I got the biggest one. I love what I do. I love helping students, and I've got to meet so many people doing this job, the administration, all the support staff, all the families, and the students themselves. I made connections with a lot of students, and I hope that I made a change or a positive influence in students that I did come in contact with. And I'm really grateful with the team that we are at the Indian Ed Department. We do a lot. We do so much, and a lot of it's out of the kindness of our own hearts, and sometimes we're just tired. We're tired. But thank you, all of you. I love doing this job, and I'm grateful to be a part of MCPS. I'm going to be closing. I did want to thank all the Board of Trustees for coming and your support for MCPS, and all of the administration, the principals, the counselors, assistant principals. Without you, we wouldn't be, our students wouldn't be as successful as they are. The regional directors, Mark Thame, superintendent, you're awesome. All the PAC members, Suzette, Kim, Anya, and Dustin. Dustin Monroe is amazing. He is our president of our PAC. He's amazing. Matt Bell, you are amazing. I love his classes. I get a lot of comments. Thank you, our speakers, Lily and Mr. Archambault, was amazing talks, and I finally know who Lily Gladstone is. And Nancy Larry, where is she? Where's Nancy? Oh, there you are. I have had the pleasure to work with Nancy at Hellgate, and she is retiring this year as well. And she, believe me, this is this is heartache for her. But, thank you for everything. I've learned so much from you, and I thank you for welcoming me into your classroom every week at Hellgate. Thank you. We'd like to close with Matt Chica. He's gonna end this wonderful event with an honor song. Prayer song. Okay, so apparently after we're doing some more drawings, or we're gonna do the drawing for the Star Club. Okay. If I could have all the seniors, all the seniors and maybe a representative of their family, if they're not here, come up and stand up here. After all, this is for you. So all the seniors, please come up here.
This is a prayer song written by my grandpa, Leonard Chica, from Defiance, Arizona, where I'm from, Navajo Nation. And he made this in the 90s, somewhere around here. So it's a prayer song, you guys, go ahead and bow your heads real quick.
for being here and being here every year that we've asked them to be here. And Mike, Jenny, thank you. You get to tell one more joke. Yeah, you get to tell one more joke.
We got to do one more drawing for the, is this for the quilt? All right, so better have Melissa draw. Watch, she'll draw her own name. Anybody? Okay, who's going to lead with that beautiful quilt? Carolyn Willard. Oh, Carolyn Grimaldi. Carolyn Grimaldi, what do you got? All right. And we'll leave the quilt up for a little while longer, if seniors want to go up there with your families. But let's thank the staff here for the wonderful evening tonight. Thank you so much. And one last thing, I'd like to do this too, is for the seniors, all of us in here, I want you to give your best yell, scream, cheer as loud as you can. I want people in the hallway to wonder what's going on in here, but just to celebrate them. So, on the count of 3, let's just give our biggest cheer for our seniors as we can. Are you ready? Wanji Nupa Yami. All right, well, you guys have a good evening and thank you very much.
Computer, she'll never know. She'll probably forget about it.